0 to 10 volt mode. This allows a remote management system with a 0 to 10 volt DC signal, polarized, to control the actual operating temperature or the fan speed of our unit based on some external input. 10 volts DC is the maximum temperature I programmed into my boiler. 1.5 is the lowest temperature I programmed in on my outdoor reset curve. Anything below 1.5 is warm weather shutdown and allows the indirect to continue to function during the warmer months. This is also asking, do I want to run off of temperature or off of RPM on the boiler? Part of that same function. The next one is step modulation. When this boiler starts on the heating cycle, it gradually reaches maximum RPM or firing rate over a 5-minute period. It's a stepped process. If I choose to make this boiler go to high fire immediately on the heating cycle, I would change this from on to off. Now when the boiler has a heat call on the gray TT wires, it will go to high fire immediately. Once it hits set point, it will modulate down. I'm going to leave that on. Hit enter. Next step, boiler DHW Temp. This is the actual temperature of the water on a priority call to the indirect that we would supply to the coil in the indirect. It left the factory at a default of 190. I'm going to lower that to 180. I'm pressing the minus button or the lower button. I now have 180. I hit enter. Now that was the temperature of the water going to the coil in the bottom of the indirect, not the temperature of the water in the indirect.